After you've read the Conversations of Adam Smith and Karl Marx, you need to fill this handout out. I'm going to go over it with you really quick. There are going to be some questions directly from this on the test. Remember, Adam Smith is the father of capitalism, this idea of the invisible hand. The government needs to stay out of it, and that things can work itself out without government intervention. Karl Marx, on the other hand, is the father of socialism. The idea that the government needs to plan everything to make sure that things are done. We're going to equally distribute the wealth. The worker is where the profits should go and not the business owner. So number one, economic need should determine what is produced. There's that need idea, not necessarily what people want, but we will provide for your needs. So that's Karl Marx. Consumer preference should determine what is produced. And so Adam Smith would say that preference, we should be able to decide for ourselves, and the government shouldn't determine on need. So once again, Karl Marx, because it's this idea of need. Adam Smith would say consumer preference should determine. No one knows better than they do what they need or want. Adam Smith would say that. Adam Smith would say that I know what I want. The government doesn't need to get involved. An economy based on consumer choice puts it in the hands of those with money to buy it. And so Karl Marx would say this, and he's making it sound like that's a bad thing, that only people that are very wealthy will have anything and nobody else will. An economy based on consumer choice may produce videos but not housing. And once again, Karl Marx would say that we need the government to step in and plan everything or our needs won't be met. So that is something that Karl Marx would say. Adam Smith, on the other hand, would say economic freedom for consumers is important, that the consumer knows, and that if the government stays out of it, all of the needs will be met. Private property creates classes, and once again, Karl Marx would say this, and he would say that that's a bad thing. You're going to have poor people and rich people, and that there's no way that you can get out of those circumstances. Private property and profits promote incentive and hard work. Adam Smith would say that. Profits rather than human concerns becomes the focus under capitalism. That's Karl Marx. Without profit, factories would be inefficient and wasteful. Adam Smith would say that. Consumer goods should go to those who can afford them. Adam Smith. Consumer goods should go to those who need them. There's that idea of need again. Sorry about that. And that would be Karl Marx. If someone is willing to pay the price for a good, it shows they value it highly. That's Adam Smith. If someone is able to pay the price, it shows that they have more money than others, and that's Karl Marx. The next one, they want you to fill in the blank. Let me move it up a little bit. Based on how Karl Marx or Adam Smith would answer this question. And so Karl Marx would say the profits of a firm should go to the workers who produce the product, not the business owner. Smith would say private ownership promotes, and there are several answers to this, hard work, incentives, efficiency. Number three, Smith would say supply and demand should determine the workers' wages. And once again, the government shouldn't have to create some minimum wage that if there is a job that isn't being met, we have to increase the wages to give people an incentive to take that job. That the idea of the invisible hand, it will work itself out on its own. Marx would say a capitalist economy does not guarantee workers jobs or wages. Smith would say if wages fell, workers would look elsewhere for work. And so once again, that idea that if you want to drop the price of my wage, then I can just go somewhere else. Smith would say, and this one's already answered for you, it says rising prices serve as a signal to produce, and the word more is there of a product. And Smith would say that if we can raise the price, then we have an incentive to make more of that particular product. Number 7, Marx would say the rich will be able to afford more goods under capitalism. Marx would also say capitalism distributes goods to the wealthy or the rich. And then Smith would say that capitalism distributes goods to those that value them, not need, but we determine for ourselves what it is that we want or need.